SuperNova Everyday Essentials. Practical bite-sized exercises delivered by Miranda McPherson, Professor, Assistive Technology Trainer, and SuperNova user. This series is focused on using SuperNova to become proficient at the everyday computing tasks you or your clients need to be successful at home, school, and work.
Okay, so welcome. We're going to work on how to navigate the Windows desktop and also how to navigate dialog boxes and different controls. You'll get a sense of what that is once we get started. The first thing I like to do is I like to change the setting where SuperNova will announce if focus is lost. Sometimes that happens when you are working with a desktop and maybe you navigate from the desktop where the icons are down to the taskbar, and then you've performed a task, and then there's just this kind of space where the cursor is in limbo. And if you don't have that checked, you might not understand. You might think something is malfunctioning. So we're going to turn on that mode so that when focused is not detected, SuperNova let us know. And we just know, oh, I need to press tab or make another keystroke to find some focus. So you're going to bring up the SuperNova control panel. That's left control and spacebar.
SuperNova control panel.
Okay.
Visual page.
Then we're going to open
Magnification
up
group.
the speech tab by pressing Control and Tab.
Speech page. Voice languages group.
And then we're going to tab
Speech check
over
checkbox.
to General Announcements.
Volume, speed, verbosity group. General announcements button.
Okay. And I'm going to press Spacebar to activate that button.
General announcements. Announce braille changes checkbox. Tab. Announce magnification changes tab. Announce no focus detected checkbox.
Okay, you can hear mine is checked. If yours is not checked, go ahead and press Spacebar to toggle that on, and then tab to OK and press Enter.
Tab. Tab. Repeats button. Clipboard. OK button. SuperNova control panel.
Okay, great. The first keystroke, it's a Windows keystroke. It takes you to the desktop. That's Windows plus
Left
D.
Windows key. Desktop. List view. Recycle bin unselected 1 of 6.
Okay, so I'm currently using SuperNova screen reader and magnification. So it's also not just giving me the location of where the focus is, which is on the recycle bin, but it's letting me know how many icons are on the desktop and which number I am currently on. If you're using SuperNova magnifier and speech, it'll let you know that your focus is on recycle bin, but it doesn't give you that extra detail, just so that you're aware. Okay, so once on the desktop, we're going to press the tab key, and it's going to move us to all the components of the desktop until we circle back to the desktop where the icons are, and then we'll explore those individual areas briefly. I'm going to press tab.
Taskbar. Start button.
Okay, it takes me to the taskbar, that horizontal bar that runs along the full width of the screen at the bottom of the desktop. Starts with the Start button.
Type here to search button.
There's our search button. And depending on if you've made any changes to your taskbar, or maybe what version, if you're working with Windows 10 or 11, there are slight differences on what's at the taskbar and what order it's in.
Task view button. Toolbar. File Explorer button.
Okay, once we hear toolbar, that lets us know we're at the section of the taskbar that has any of the running applications or applications that we have pinned to the taskbar. And once you're there, you're actually going to use your arrow keys, left and right, to navigate the icons there.
MSIX packaging tool button. SuperNova 21.02 mag and screen reader 1.
Just using the right arrow key.
File Explorer button.
Okay, and as you realized, it just circles right back to that first icon in the top, toolbar there. So now I'm going to press tab to move on past this point on the taskbar.
System tray toolbar. Notification chevron button.
Okay, now we've come to the notification area. This part here, the notification chevron, it looks like a up arrow, and that has hidden running programs. If you're printing something, there'll be a print icon in there. It could be the, well, let's just take a quick peek.
Spacebar.
Spacebar.
Overflow notification area toolbar. SuperNova Magnifier and Screen Reader button.
Okay, and so I just pressed up arrow and it went into that overflow menu.
Synthesis or Access Manager button.
Okay, and I'm just using the arrow keys to navigate this. When I'm done with the notification overflow, I'll press escape.
Taskbar. System Tray Toolbar. Notification chevron button.
Okay, we're back at that notification chevron button, and I'm going to use my right arrow key to navigate the rest of the controls down here.
Windows security, no actions needed. OneDrive Tech Ability Northwest, 99% available plugged in button. Network Internet Access button. Remote Audio, 100% button. Windows Ink Workspace button. 6 a.m. 5/24/2022. Action Center, no new notifications button.
Okay, and that is our Action Center. If Windows Defender has been run, it will let you know if there were any issues found. If you have it set up where you are notified of new emails, it'll pop up there.
Notification chevron button.
And it just circled back around to that notification area of the taskbar. I'm going to press Tab.
Single open quote. Show desktop button. Desktop. List view. Recycle bin unselected 1 of 6.
Okay, now I'm back on the desktop. You hear that it's unselected. If you wanted to interact with the recycle bin, you'd press spacebar to select.
Selected.
And if you want to navigate to the other icons on your desktop, you could certainly use the arrow keys, but if you have multiple rows and columns, you might miss something. So I suggest using the first letter of whatever application it is that you're wanting to move focus to. So I'm going to demonstrate by pressing S for SuperNova.
SuperNova 21.02 mag and screen 2 of 6.
Okay, I'm going to try Google. I'm not sure if I have Google Chrome on here. Let's take a peek.
Google Chrome 5 of 6.
Okay, lets you know 5 of 6. Google Chrome. I'm going to press A for Adobe.
Adobe Acrobat DC 6 of 6.
And I'm going to press R to go back to Recycle Bin.
Recycle bin 1 of 6.
Okay, so that's navigating the desktop. If you'd like to open up your Start menu, press Windows key.
Search. Type here to search edit.
Puts you into the edit box to search. I'm going to search for Word.
Gap. W. R. D. Best match. Up arrow.
Okay. And I heard up arrow. So if I wasn't able to see that it's focused on the Word application, I'm going to press the 7 on the numpad.
Search. Best match. Word. App. Press right to switch preview selected.
And
list box.
And that is the Where Am I key. The 7 on the numpad will tell you where the focus is. So it read that I'm on Word. I know I'm okay. I'll press Enter.
Desktop. Microsoft 365. Opening Word. Word. Good morning. Home group. New group. New. Blank document selected. Search list box.
Okay, now we're going to quickly go through the different controls that you would find in a dialog box and how to interact with them. So again, I'm going to open up the SuperNova control panel.
SuperNova control panel. Speech page.
That was left control
Verbosity
and
group.
spacebar.
General announcements button.
Okay, I'm going to shift tab to the first control here in this control, in the speech page on the control panel.
Text, character, voice language, volume, speech checkbox.
So you hear speech checked checkbox. If I press the spacebar, that will toggle it on and off. It's unchecked.
Speech checked.
Now it's checked. I'm going to press tab to move to the next control.
Volume. 91 selected. List box.
And you heard list box. That's the type of control. You use your up and down arrow keys to navigate. I'm going to increase the speech volume.
92.
With the up arrow.
91.
Decrease with the down arrow. Now I'm going to pop up to the menu bar with Alt.
Menu bar. File shortcut F1 of 7.
And the menu tabs, you're going to go ahead and use your left and right arrow to navigate them. I'm going to right arrow to speech.
Visual speech shortcut S3 of 7.
I'm going to press the down arrow to open that list.
Speech menu. Voice unchecked shortcut O1 of 10.
Okay, I'm going to up arrow to the advanced options.
Advanced options shortcut A10 of 10.
And press enter there.
Speech advanced options. Cursor page. Use Dolphin cursor automatically checkbox.
So I'm going to shift tab up to the tab bar.
Tab control.
That's a
Cursor
type of
page.
control as well, a tab control. If you use your left, right arrow, it will select that page.
Verbosity
Options.
page.
So now I'm on verbosity. I'm going to press tab to drop down to that menu to the first control.
Verbosity page. Verbosity scheme. Medium pull down list box.
So you have a pull down list box, which is, if you're looking at it visually, it is a rectangle box with one item shown in the box with a down arrow to click on to open up that box, the drop down menu, and select your choice. Or you can use your up and down arrows on the keyboard.
Low. Minimum. Low. Medium.
Or you can also press Alt down arrow and it'll drop down that menu.
Drop down. Medium 3 of 4.
That way you can see all the options in one place there, as opposed to just one in the rectangular box. Okay, I'm going to press Escape to close that pull down.
Speech advanced options.
Okay.
Verbosity page. Verbosity scheme. Medium pull down list box.
Okay, I'm going to tab to the next control.
Add button shortcut D.
Add button. So when you hear button, you activate that with spacebar. I'm going to go ahead and pass by that. Go to the next control.
Set scheme to defaults button short. Include when using hotkey to cycle verbosity scheme checkbox.
Okay, again, that's our checkbox. Spacebar to uncheck.
Unchecked.
Spacebar
Checked.
to toggle it on.
Type of control group. Speak type group. Before focus check radio.
Here's a new control, a radio button. And visually, it looks like the circle on a bubble sheet that you might take an exam on, where you can only choose one choice at a time. So you're going to use the up and down arrow keys to move focus to the item you'd like to select. And just by moving focus there, it selects that item and checks that radio button.
After focus check radio.
Okay, checked radio.
Before focus check radio.
Okay, checked radio.
Speak type of areas. Default description switch to checked radio. Include edge of area in Dolphin cursor physical line checkbox.
Okay, I'm going to tab to cancel.
Verbosity. OK button. Cancel button. Pressed. SuperNova control panel.
Okay, I'm going to pop up to that menu bar again with Alt.
Menu bar. File shortcut F1 of 7.
Okay, 1 of 7. I'm going to navigate to speech.
Visual short. Speech shortcut S3 of 7.
3 of 7. Down arrow.
Speech menu. Voice unchecked shortcut 01 of 10.
And I'm going to arrow down to voice preferences.
Voice preferences shortcut P2 of 10. Voice preferences. General page. Volume. 91 selected. Spinnable list box range 0 to 100.
This is another type of control. The
Speed.
sorry,
Spelling
just
speed.
escaped my mind there.
7 selected. Spinnable list box
Spinnable
range 0
list
to
box.
20.
So that is something that you can use your up and down arrow, and it's going to increase or decrease by 1. I'm going to shift tab to the volume of the
12
speech.
selected. 91 selected. Spinnable list box range 0 to 100.
Okay, and I'm going to up arrow
92.
to increase and down arrow to decrease.
91.
Okay. I'm going to press escape.
SuperNova control panel. Speech page.
And I'm going to press and hold Alt and tap the tab using the task switcher. This will allow you to switch between open applications that are running. And so I'm going to press and hold Alt and tap the tab.
Task switching. Running applications. Document 1 word. List box. Document 1 word. Blank line.
Okay, so now we're at Microsoft Word. I'm going to use Alt to move up to the upper ribbon.
Toolbar. Tab control. Home page.
Okay, again, that's the tab control. By using the left and right arrow, you navigate to the page in which you'd like to have settings displayed. We're going to stay on Home tab, and we're going to press the Tab key to drop down into the lower ribbon and explore a couple of the controls there.
Home page. Undo can't undo. Can't undo. Disabled pull down button. Can't undo. Disabled pull down button. Group.
Okay, so we hear that it's a pull down button. That's a type of control. We are not able to interact with it yet. It says it's disabled because we haven't created any text to undo at this point with the document. So I'm going to tab past that.
Can't repeat. Clip. Cut. Disable. Copy. Format painter button. Font group. Font. Calibri body edit.
Okay, so we hear the font Calibri body edit. So we are now in an edit field. So we could type in a font like Arial.
L.
Okay, and then I'm going to tab past that control.
Font size. 11 edit.
Another edit box.
Grow font button.
Grow font button. Again, we hear button, we press spacebar to interact.
Shrink. Change case pull. Clear formatting button. Change case pull down button.
Okay, change case pull down button. Pull down button is the control. We're going to press Alt and down arrow.
Change case. Sentence case. List box.
Brings up a list box, which is a type of control that we use up and down arrow to navigate.
Lowercase. Uppercase.
And I'm going to press enter.
Document one word. Blank line.
Okay, so now I've selected uppercase.
H. E. L. L. O.
Okay. Now I'm going to pop back up to the ribbon.
Toolbar. Tab control. Homepage. Homepage. Clipboard paste. Font group. Paragraph bullets. Bullets. Pull down button. Bullets.
So here's
Pull down button. Group.
another example of a pull down button. It's a dual function when we hear pull down button as opposed to pull down list. Pull down button is a dual function. If you press spacebar, it will toggle the button on. If you press Alt plus the down arrow, it'll open a list of more options. So I'm going to press spacebar.
Hello bulleted.
It bullets that first line of text. If I go back to the same area in the ribbon.
Toolbar. Homepage. Paragraph bullets. Bullets.
And instead of pressing the spacebar, I'm going to press Alt down arrow.
Menu. Bullets. Bulleted. Solid circle selected. List box.
It opens a list box that I can use the arrow keys to navigate and choose the type of bullet I'd like to use.
Bulleted. Bulleted. Solid square.
And I'm going to change it to solid square.
Document one word. Hello bulleted.
Alrighty, and that concludes our navigating the desktop and using different controls and dialog boxes and menus.
Whatever your level of sight, today or in the future, you can rely on SuperNova to help you succeed. Download an unrestricted 30-day trial of any SuperNova edition today.